Your cat is running an experiment on you right now, every single day, and you're failing it without knowing the test exists. Here's what most people believe about cats. They're independent, they're aloof, they don't really need you the way a dog does. You feed them, clean the litter box, scratch behind their ears occasionally, and that's the deal. That's the relationship. Simple. That belief is why so many cats live their entire lives never fully trusting the person they share a home with. Cats are not cold. They are not indifferent. What they are is precise. They communicate through a system of signals so specific that researchers at the University of Lincoln spent years documenting it. And what they found changed how animal behaviorists understand domestic cats entirely. Cats form deep, selective attachments. They read your behavior constantly. They make decisions about you every single day based on things you don't even realize you're doing. And when you consistently break the rules of that system, not out of cruelty, just out of not knowing, your cat doesn't fight back. They don't make noise about it. They just quietly withdraw. The slow blink stops, the greeting at the door disappears, they start sleeping in the other room. And most owners look at that and think, well, that's just how cats are. It's not. That's a cat who tried to communicate and stopped because nobody was listening. Here's what this video is. It's the translation, the 6 things your cat is watching for, what they actually mean to your cat, and exactly what to do differently starting today. Not generic advice, specific research-backed behavior shifts that change how your cat experiences you, sometimes within days. By the end, you'll understand something most cat owners never figure out. Your cat isn't waiting for you to love them more. They're waiting for you to love them correctly. Let's start with the thing almost every owner gets wrong within the first 5 minutes of being around their cat. You look at your cat looks back. You hold that gaze because it feels like connection, like a moment between two creatures who understand each other. Your cat looks away. You think nothing of it. Here's what actually happened. You just issued a challenge. In feline social language, sustained direct eye contact is not warmth, it is confrontation. In environments where multiple cats live together, researchers have documented that prolonged staring between cats is a pre-conflict behavior. It happens right before one cat attacks another. That wiring doesn't disappear because your cat lives indoors and eats from a ceramic bowl with their name on it. It's still running in the background every time you lock eyes and hold it. A study published in Animal Cognition confirmed this with a controlled experiment. Cats consistently moved away from people who made direct, sustained eye contact and moved toward people who used a specific alternative behavior, the slow blink, eyes half closed, deliberate, relaxed. In cat language, closing your eyes around another creature means you're not a threat. It means you trust them enough to lower your guard. When you slow blink at your cat and they slow blink back, that's not a cute coincidence. That's a full exchange of trust in their native language. Try it today. Look at your cat softly, blink slowly, and look away. Then wait. A cat who trusts you will blink back within seconds. Now, here's the behavior that connects directly to this, the greeting ritual. And this one surprises people because it seems so small. When you walk through your front door, your cat is watching. Sometimes they're right there. Sometimes they're across the room pretending not to care. Either way, they noticed. And that moment, the first 5 seconds after you walk in, is one of the most socially significant moments in your cat's entire day. Cats who trust each other perform greeting rituals. Tail up, slow approach, a touch of the nose. It's how they confirm safety and belonging. Your cat is looking for the human version of that from you every single time you come home. When you walk past them, toss your bag down and check your phone, your cat doesn't get angry. They just quietly log it. And after enough missed greetings, they stop showing up at the door. Not because they stopped caring, because they learned you don't speak that language. The fix takes 3 seconds. Walk in, find your cat with your eyes, give a slow blink, say something soft. That's it. That's the entire ritual. Do it consistently for 2 weeks and watch what changes. Your cat jumped into your lap, started purring, and everything was perfect. Then, without any warning, they bit your hand and walked away. You did nothing wrong. Except you did. Cats have a neurological ceiling for physical stimulation. It's not a personality quirk, it's biology. Repeated stroking activates nerve receptors under the skin, and past a certain threshold, those signals flip from pleasure to irritation almost instantly. Researchers call it petting-induced overstimulation, and the transition can happen in seconds. The problem is, most owners are watching their cat's face, looking for cuteness, instead of watching their cat's body, which is broadcasting clear warnings the entire time. The tail is the first signal. A slow, low swish means your cat is approaching their limit. Most people miss it. Then the ears shift, not fully back, just slightly rotated. Still missed. Then the skin along the spine ripples, a visible muscle response to sensory overload. And then comes the bite, which feels sudden but was actually the fourth warning. The rule is simple but requires attention. Pet in shorter sessions than you think necessary. Watch the tail, not the face. The moment you see any movement, pause. Let your cat lean back in if they want more. A cat who chooses to return for more contact is a cat who trusts your hands. A cat who leaves after you stopped was done before you were. Now, territory. And this is the rule most owners break constantly without any idea of the consequences. Your cat doesn't experience your home the way you do. They've built an invisible map of it, a network of safe zones, each one marked with their own scent through glands in their face and paws. Every spot they claim is a decision, it's security, it's identity. When you move their favorite blanket across the room, rearrange the furniture, or throw out that beat-up cardboard box they loved, you're not tidying up. You're erasing landmarks that tell your cat where they belong. A study from the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery identified environmental disruption as one of the primary triggers of stress in indoor cats. Anxiety, appetite loss, litter box avoidance, all traced back to something as simple as moving their sleeping spot without transition. Cats don't adapt to sudden spatial changes the way humans do. Their nervous system reads it as instability. If you need to move something your cat has claimed, do it gradually. Shift it a foot at a time over several days. Let them remark it in the new location before moving it further. This sounds excessive until you understand that for your cat, that blanket wasn't furniture, it was safety. Here's a scenario that plays out in millions of households every day. Your cat is eating. You walk over, maybe crouch down, say something affectionate, reach out to pet them. You're being loving. Your cat is experiencing something closer to anxiety. Mealtime is the single most neurologically vulnerable moment in a cat's day. Their head is down, their field of vision is limited, and every predatory instinct they carry, domesticated or not, registers that position as exposure. In the wild, a cat eating on the ground is a cat that could be ambushed. That threat response doesn't switch off because the food comes from a bag with a cartoon fish on it. When you hover, talk, or touch your cat during a meal, their stress response activates, even if they don't run. You can't see it externally. What you see later is the result: eating too fast, vomiting immediately after, or gradually avoiding the bowl. In multi-cat homes, the problem multiplies. Bowls placed too close together mean cats are monitoring each other instead of eating. One cat consistently finishes first, not because they're hungrier, but because another cat's proximity is creating enough low-level threat that they rush through every meal. The rule is the simplest one in this entire video. When your cat is eating, leave them alone. No talking, no touching, no standing nearby. If you have multiple cats, separate the feeding stations enough that each cat has a clear visual boundary from the others. The bowl should be the safest 3 minutes of their day, not the most stressful. One thing that surprises people when they implement this change: cats who previously ate erratically or left food untouched start finishing full meals within days. Not because the food changed, because the experience of eating finally felt safe. Every behavior in this video, the eye contact, the greeting, the petting, the territory, the mealtime, your cat has been quietly scoring all of it. And the final verdict, the most honest thing your cat will ever communicate to you, shows up at night in where they choose to sleep. A cat who sleeps on your chest or pressed against your face is telling you something that has no human equivalent. Sleep is when every defense mechanism shuts down. It is the state of maximum vulnerability. A cat who places themselves there in their deepest unconsciousness next to you, that is complete trust. Not comfort seeking, not habit, a decision made at the level of survival instinct that says, you are safe. A cat who sleeps at the foot of the bed is still communicating trusts, but with a margin. They want proximity, they want connection, but they're also keeping an exit available. This is not rejection. This is a cat in the process of deciding, still accumulating evidence about whether you follow the rules consistently enough to earn the closer position. A cat who sleeps in a separate room entirely, that's information worth taking seriously. It doesn't mean they don't love you, but something in the daily pattern of your relationship is registering as unsafe. The staring that felt like bonding, the petting that went past their threshold, the missed greetings, the moved blanket, the hovering at mealtime. Any combination of these repeated consistently produces a cat who keeps distance, even at night. The remarkable thing is how fast this changes when you change. Cats are not grudge holders. They're present tense animals. They respond to what you do now, not what you did last month. Owners who make even 2 or 3 of the adjustments from this video report visible behavioral shifts within a week. More greetings, more lap time, more slow blinks returned across the room. Your cat already knows what kind of relationship they want with you. They've been trying to show you the rules the entire time. The only question was whether anyone was going to explain what they mean. Now you know.